Today we have Danny Pickens and Bryce Kohara with Xcitium to discuss securing endpoints to cloud workloads. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll go through a couple of quick introductions just for Bryce and I, set the stage on who you're talking to today. And then we're going to kick things off with an exciting win and case study actually from the team already. We'll just touch on that before we jump in about who is Xcitium, what do we do, why does it matter? So let me share my screen. All right. Here we go. Should be able to see that. Awesome. Well, I'm Danny Pickens, VP of Channel Sales. I run the global telecommunications ecosystem, so completely focused on partners just like yourself. And excited to have Bryce Kohara join me today, who is our Director of Channel Sales Midwest. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm Bryce Kohara. I'm based out of Minneapolis and I'm Director of Channel Sales for the Midwest and Central region.
Love it. Well, as I kind of mentioned, wanted to share a success story from the team already. We had an incredible win, nonprofit win with you guys already, and wanted to just highlight this. We got an at-bat with Chris on his customer here, and our teams, and we'll talk about this here in just a little bit about how we pull teams together and dedicated resources for our partners. We want to make sure that you guys are comfortable working with Xcitium, and we know that where the magic really happens is having those dedicated resources where we can align with you guys, understand your preferences, communication preferences, what's important to you, the voice and vision overall for your practice. And so this was a really exciting win, one that we have multiple opportunities coming from. And it was such a wonderful win with Chris, Bryce, and Danielle Paulson, the team that was dedicated. And we already have another win with Chris that came from this. So we'll cover some of these highlights, and we will also send this out. This case study is hot off the presses. We have not even made this public yet, so you guys are the first ones to really see this. And we will go, happy to go through this anytime with any of you guys to better understand the strengths of how our teams are aligning resources with you guys for a nice win and a smooth transition for your clients. Now, who is Xcitium? You know, for us, we're a newer brand in the cybersecurity ecosystem for this portfolio. And we are certainly not, though, new to cybersecurity. We have over 6,000 customers worldwide. You can see here a little bit over 4.5 million endpoints protected. Some of those customers we protect, you can see our NASCAR slide here with all our fancy logos on our jacket, right? The UPS store, Jimmy John, Shell. These are all customers that are north of 15 to 25,000 endpoint deployments. Now, who doesn't love a well account? But that's not exactly our sweet spot. Our bread and butter, and what we like to say is that we're here to serve a very underserved market, the underdogs, right? SMB and mid-market space. Now, Bryce and I get paid to say how great we are, but some of the accolades and awards here you can see. My favorite personally is the Competitive Strategy Leadership Award. That's from Frost & Sullivan, and we'll have that in our follow-up. They said some really nice things about us, about our disruptive technology, which I like to leave for last on this slide. You can see here we have 27 patents, and that is really, you know, why you should be talking to us, right? It is a crowded space out there, lots of cybersecurity vendors, options for you to go to. So why come to us? Well, we are different. We are certainly all about cybersecurity and those critical components, but we're pulling in more tools for the actual management of the endpoints of the IT environment. We're here to make your clients lean, mean teams in the IT, right? One Superman, two-man shop. We're going to help them feel like they're a much larger team with all of the things that we can pull in for them. Now, some of these we'll showcase here. You're going to think of us for EDR, MDR, XDR, but we're so much more than that. Patching, third-party patching. We have proprietary technology for our SIM, RMM tool. These are all things that your clients are using, or it's on their wish list with 3 or maybe even more vendors, right? So there's this consolidation and simplifying for the IT teams, right? One back to Pat, the vendor consolidation, and hopefully some cost savings in there, right? But as wonderful as all this is, as pulling this all into one single pane of glass, one solution, you can find this out there in the wild from other vendors, right? There's nothing really special here. But the one thing that we have that no one else has is our patented technology, zero dwell containment. This is the cornerstone and foundation for our platform. Simply put, we do not let any unknowns execute on the endpoint. It's a true zero trust architecture. Let's pick on Bob in accounting for a second. Say Bob gets clicks on a sophisticated phishing email, or maybe there was a breach somewhere in the supply chain, right? He got an email from Trevor, who he's worked with for 10 years, and Trevor sent him an email and said, hey, take a look at this file. It does not matter how this corrupted, malicious file gets to the endpoint, website download, a Teams message, doesn't matter. When we are looking at, or when we open a file, say Bob's double clicking on that file, we're scrubbing it, analyzing it, and asking 2 questions. Do we know you, or have we not ever seen you before, right? So do we know you? Are you a known good, boring old Excel spreadsheet, Word document, or are you a bad guy, right? We know the identified hashes out there, the malicious code, so we would stop it and not allow it to open, just like any other provider would. But if it's unknown, what we'll do is spin up this zero dwell containment. So we're virtualizing only the hard drive registry comm interface. So we're super light on the endpoint. Typically right here, we'll get a question, oh, Danny, it sounds like a sandbox. Well, it's a little more sophisticated than that. Again, we're only virtualizing these 3 things. This is API virtualization and redirection. And so we're essentially tricking that file into believing it's open on the endpoint. Now, what's really great about this is that there's no hindrance to employee productivity. And at being only 1 to 3% CPU, there is no blue screen of death, right? It's not crashing. This is not heavy on the endpoint at all. I called out a couple of our larger retail customers earlier, right? Jimmy John Shell, UPS store. We know some of these retail customers are a little notorious for having outdated operating systems. We're so light on the endpoint. We're so nimble. We can actually go all the way back on Windows XP. Now, I've thrown a lot at you on this, but if you take one thing away from this slide and about zero dwell containment, is this patented technology is so effective in stopping 0 days. It affords us some key differentiators in our services themselves for MDR and XDR. I really like to say that we are a boutique shop when it comes to that. We roll the red carpet out for our clients. Because that the zero dwell containment is effective, we actually offer unlimited incident response and full remediation. So big R, right? Full remediation at no additional cost. This is a game changer for a lot of clients, right? That are spending tens of thousands of dollars on costly retainer fees for third-party remediation companies. This is almost a full requirement for cyber insurance, right? You have to have remediation plan. You have to have all of these plans in place for not if, but when a breach occurs. So that is completely included at no additional cost in our services. The other thing I'd like to highlight here is our security guidance icon down here at the bottom. What this means is that along with a customer success manager, we will also dedicate a technical account manager to our MDR and XD clients. Why is this important? This is not just enterprise clients, this is every client. And it's important because not only are we reactive and there any time that they need our help, right? Help when they submit tickets, they give us a phone call, but our TAMs are reaching out proactively and scheduling quarterly or twice a year, right? We're not here to pester, but we are here to protect. But these proactive quarterly meetings where our TAM is going through the account with the IT team, building new customized reports, suggesting policy changes. Hey, we've seen a couple of threats for environments like yours. We'd really recommend this policy change to better protect your environment. It's not just about what's happening, but what's to come. And we want to be that partner with them to make sure that they're fully protected today and tomorrow. Now, I'm going to squeeze in just one highlight here. We're excited about this recent launch. We have launched CNAP. So everything before that we've talked about is really all about the endpoint. Laptops, desktops, servers, tablets, mobile devices. For our CNAP, this is taking all of our wonderful technology, our zero trust approach into the cloud. Xcitium CNAP is really focused on helping clients with heavy cloud workloads and that are focused on compliance protection. So any clients that have HIPAA, high trust, FedRAMP, oh my gosh, we have a whole list of how we can help them stay compliant and protected. So we're really excited about this launch. We've got a webinar coming up. We'll be sure to share with the team to have that sent out. We'd love for you to join us. This is, again, is a really exciting time for the evolution of our endpoint to cloud protection. This is a great just screenshot of what the dashboard looks like. Our service is where the EDR, the endpoint, all of the IT management data lives. And then cloud here is where the CNAP. So this is super easy for clients to manage multiple parts of their security plan, all from one single dashboard. Okay, so that's who Xcitium is, what we do. Now, what we also do is we want to make it easy. We want to help demystify and simplify selling cybersecurity. So we take a non-complicated approach on packaging to make this simple for you guys to have pricing in your back pocket. This is list pricing and it's all singular. So it's not 7 plus 15 to get the MDR. It'll either be 7 all in, 15 all in, or 20 all in per device. It is per endpoint, not per employee. But our EDR package, if the client wants to manage the environment themselves, they get all of these pieces in here, the zero drug containment, all of those security, the critical security components, plus that IT management and RMM tool that's going to include patch management, ticketing system, scripting, and monitoring. So this is a really, really competitive price for all of these features included. Say they have their favorite RMM tool, though, they don't want that to be included. We can pull that out, and that $7 drops down to something that's more comparable to a true EDR package. Now, MDR and moving into XDR, this is where our services is wrapped around the technology. This is where we come in. We're Big Brother watching 24/7, 365, 2 a.m. Christmas Day. We certainly have some stories there we could share if we had a little more time, but our team is there to help at all hours of the day and night. Plus, this comes with that unlimited remediation alongside the customer or even on their behalf as permissions are set, and we have full access to that. And then also the security guidance hours with the dedicated TAMs. So these are extremely competitive pricing. Again, this is all because I've mentioned a few times, it is a proprietary stack. We own everything. So we don't have CrowdStrike or SentinelOne under the hood. This is the complete Xcitium package. I'm going to breeze through the next slide. It's just some of our additional standalone packages and services. So if you're just trying to get your foot in the door and you have a client that maybe they have another 2 years on CrowdStrike or Arctic Wolf, but they're needing a new RMM tool or mobile device management or email protection. These are great add-ons that can definitely help you get your foot in the door and get them looking at additional services to help protect them and move them away from maybe, a vendor supplier they're not happy with. Now, we've talked a lot about the technology, the product, the services, and what we do. But for Bryce and I, where it really matters is how we support you guys. We are true believers that partner experience is key. So anything from enablement, arming you guys with all kinds of things, the dedicated resources. We want to make not only it easy to do business with us, but that you want to do business with us. We're going to take care of you guys, ultimately together, take care of your clients. Now, a couple of things that we just wanted to highlight: discovery questions. These are examples that we've built for partners that we've sat down with. We like to understand, again, your voice, vision. What is the target audience for you? Are you going after certain verticals? Are you typically managing just an account base? Are you only hunting a net new prospects? We will come in, we want to listen to you, understand your business, where you want to go, what your security practice looks like today, where you want it to look like. And we're going to build things around you, enablement, support, all of these pieces that's going to help you meet your goals for cybersecurity. So discovery questions, call scripts from it for a BDR, an account executive, account base, however that looks, email templates from all different voices, social campaigns, LinkedIn. We're here to help you build your business, grow your business, and be a trusted security partner. We actually have even built agnostic email templates and call scripts. We understand that you guys, support and work with many different cybersecurity clients. We know if we do what's right by you, that business will eventually come our way, and we'll just prove to you that we're willing to get in the trenches, roll our sleeves up, and prove ourselves out to you guys. Now, just to recap here, wanted to go through top differentiators again. I really think it's 3 buckets. It is the product and technology, but it is the services that we wrap around that, and then ultimately our program to support you. The product, zero dwell containment, patented, no one else has this. And again, a disruptor in this space because of our zero trust approach, no one else is doing it like we are. And it being so effective, it gives us those key differentiators within the services bucket. But again, with the consolidated platform, this makes your clients, those IT teams, really feel like they've got super strength, superpowers to protect and manage their environments. The services, just want to highlight again that unlimited incident response or remediation, full dedicated support teams there to help build customer reporting, have that TAM and security guidance hours. And then last but not least, again, on our program, we want to be your favorite channel vendor, not just your favorite channel cybersecurity vendor. We want to help you grow your business, and we want to be a good partner in the trenches with you guys. I feel like I flew through that really quickly. I've just been so excited. I can stop sharing here, and Bryce and I can help answer any questions that may have come through the chat, and talk about any of the program benefits or what we can do to help build your business.
All right, we have no questions yet, but we'll give it a minute here to see, because that did end a little early, so it's all good.
I get straight to business. I know you guys are busy bees, so we want to, hit the highlights, show you guys that we're here. We've got a great technology, a great service, but our program too to support you guys. We welcome any one-on-one meetings with Bryce and I to talk through strategy, help support you guys in current opportunities or prospecting. Again, we just want to prove to you guys that we're not just a great cybersecurity company, but an outstanding channel program as well.
No, we appreciate that. And the questions are rolling in now. So
The
first one is, again, what is the ideal customer profile?
Oh, perfect. So I know you guys hate it. Oh, we can do everything. Really, our sweet spot, yes, we're enterprise scalable, but our sweet spot is anywhere from 75 endpoints up to about 900, 1,000, because right when you get into those 75 endpoints, you're going to have one IT guy managing multiple systems. He's probably wearing a lot of hats. He probably doesn't have any dedicated cybersecurity people, right? He's managing the phone systems and the infrastructure and the backup, all these things. So he needs as much help as possible. As you creep up into even the hundreds, mid-hundreds, up to 1,000, these guys are looking, they have to do a lot with very little budgets, very little manpower. They'll have a few more IT system admins, but they probably don't have a dedicated or more than one dedicated cybersecurity expert on their team. So this really sings to them from the IT management side, but also giving them multiple security components all in that one single pane of glass. So 75 endpoints to 900, our minimum is 20. So you'll actually find that our minimums are much lower than our competitors. So we can get nimble and flexible with pricing for that SMB customer.
Great. Okay, the next question is, do you have marketing material that is vertical specific?
Ooh. Marketing material that is vertical specific. Yes. And we have an incredible new product manager, a new VP that just started. So he is fast at work already, creating a lot of new vertical specific case studies and white papers. So we'll have definitely more to come. But today we have a few nonprofit case studies, white papers. We have K-12, which we're really strong in. And nonprofit K-12, oh, and government. Oh my gosh, we are not FedRAMP, but local and state governments love us. Again, we know these guys have to do a lot with very little manpower, but even less budget. So they can do a lot and stay within their budget when they switch to Xcitium.
Also, just to add, Danny, if there's a specific vertical that you folks are needing or searching for, please feel free to reach out to us. We are here to help you. So if it's not there, we will work on it and build it out for you and work with you to ensure that you have that proper information or the proper marketing materials to go and market to these specific verticals you're looking to get into.
Yeah, no, great call out there. You know, the famous line, if you build it, they will come. We're the opposite. You tell us what you want and we're going to build it.
Customize.
Yeah. Email security training on the roadmap. We do have email security. It's actually $2 per email. Now I'm going to shoot you straight. We are not a proof point. This is an add-on. It is not super robust, but if your client can afford Proofpoint, which is the creme de la creme of that, that silo, we are a very good standard service. So we do have email security. We actually just went through some enhancements. So we have the SE team and our VP of product marketing redoing that data sheet. So Bryce, let's make a note that when we get that, we can update in the next few weeks and send that out to the Claris TDM Wheelhouse team.
All right, great. Can you tell more about the TDM win?
Yes, if we can, I'll go back to share that screen. Oh, and Chris, I forget the webinar format. We can't have Chris speak up on with us, but what we'll do is, since we have a few minutes, I'll come back to that and share the screen so everybody can take a look at it while I'm speaking to it. Vendors we replaced in a successful sale: Arctic Wolf, CrowdStrike, SentinelOne, Sophos, Defender, Bitdefender. Those are the ones that we're up against every single day, kind of outside of the ecosystem of normal partner programs. Inside the partner program, we're up against Coro, Thrive, and eSentire a little bit.
Okay, hey Chris, if you want to elaborate more on that, Jennifer just made you.
I just allowed Chris Torbett to speak, so
oh, okay.
he can join in if he
Oh,
wants
I think-
to.
I think it's Chris. Chris
Dorsey. Chris Dorsey. Okay, I'll do that too.
Hold on.
Corbett is like, no.
Yeah. Great to see you, by the way.
Gold nuggets are best practices. Ooh, I know we only have 5 minutes left. We have a lot. We actually have an incredible dedicated account executive for you guys. Fantastic, and a veteran in this space. So we could even, 20, 30 minutes, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but we could actually sit down with you and kind of go through the ways that he's opened doors, cold calling, any kind of, just like you said, little nuggets that we could throw in. We do have a couple of enablement docs. We can add that in our follow-up as well. And if anything kind of strikes a chord, let us know. We can set some one-on-one time up. Good verticals: government, K-12, manufacturing, and retail are some of our stellar verticals. Healthcare is coming up hot. very quickly. And I think that's because of our now compliance protection with CNAP. The HIPAA is obviously always top of mind for them. So we're starting to see more progress with healthcare. Setup time and cost for your product. Oh, great question. So we have a great seamless handoff. I'm actually going to move to share my screen back on this because this is a great story around that. And I think we got Chris up, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Excellent. Hey,
Can
Chris.
you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Awesome. Oh, I can't share my screen anymore. Well, Chris, thanks for joining us on the call to chat about the success story with Proteus. I know you and Danielle worked really closely on this, had some incredible traction. And actually what we did to kind of circle back to that deployment question is we knew that they were wanting to move rather quickly, and we did a POC. And so we actually pulled in our lead expert from our deployment team, our PS team, to help us with the deployment of the POC first. And so after the very successful POC, I think he ended up, Chris, we thought he was going to deploy like 20 endpoints and ended up enrolling 200.
Well, yeah, he definitely did that. And I saw that as a really good buying sign to go through that effort. But the POC was definitely instrumental to having this go Xcitium's way. Has a real nice dashboard. He liked the setup, and you know, he's the type of guy that wants to kick the tires a lot, and he did that. And at the end of the day, with working with Danielle on some pricing adjustments, we were able to bring it across the line.
Yeah, it was a great win. We can't wait to share this the case study more publicly because it really showcases the intuitiveness too of the reps knowing exactly what's important for your client's experience. And so that's why Danielle had pulled in Carlos from the PS team, because then after POC to PS, he was already familiar. He already was in sync with Carlos, and Carlos understood what was critical and important for this deployment to be successful. So we're really excited about that win. And we have already gotten another win with Chris and team. So looking forward to many more with everyone.
Great. We have a couple more questions.
Yeah.
What is the standard setup time and cost for your product sets?
So a part of the, where did I lose you guys? A part of the setup, it is minimal cost compared to some of our competitors. It's $250 an hour, typically for anything from 75 endpoints to 900. You're going to get, depending, probably 8 to 15 hours of PS. Now, PS cost, we can negotiate on those, but I've never seen a PS cost be over $5,000. Even with some of our larger deployments. Deployment, it is critical that the customer has an IT team, someone responsible for deploying alongside our PS team. It can be challenging if you've got a customer, say 50 endpoints or less, that doesn't have an IT admin, and maybe the CFO is trying to do it himself, or CEO. There can be challenges there, but we always come back to you guys and make sure that, you know, if you have an MSP, MSSP that can help them, we follow your lead. We will never have discussions, pricing, or otherwise with your clients without having the discussion with you first.
All right. And one last question. Since I might not be an expert, do we work with a rep who can help?
Yes. Yeah. I had mentioned Max, but I think we have the country split with you guys between Max and Danielle.
Yeah. So I think, like, basically, you know, our main goal is to make this selling cybersecurity super easy for all of you. We don't need you to be the experts, right? We just need you to have that open relationship with your customer, to open the door to, hey, Mr. Customer, you are needing cybersecurity. Let's have a conversation. Let me bring in the experts. So there's 2 of our AEs that are assigned to me that I work closely with, and that's the only 2 AEs that you'll work with based on where you are in the region. So you're not having to learn to dance more than once. You get to build that rapport with that one specific AE, and that AE is also assigned to a team of SEs. So when it gets super technical, we have that technical resource as well. So, you know, just to reiterate, we just, we want to build that relationship with you because you have the relationship with the customer, and just open that door for us to work with you and the customer and let us be the experts on your behalf.
Yeah, I would say an easy conversation is next time you have a check-in with a client, maybe you've been chasing them, already having cybersecurity conversations, hey, always go to Bob. Hey, Bob, like I had a really interesting conversation with one of our new cybersecurity vendors, and they were talking about a patented technology and all of the management tools. And I know you've mentioned a time or two before about, you've had too many vendors, but you haven't had a chance to look at anything. I think it would be a really interesting conversation for you to take a look at these guys with me. I think it would be worth your while, right? Can I set up, 40 minutes for just a light introduction and demo? So when we get IT teams on the demos, it's really exciting because we show that zero dwell containment in action, and it's something so different. You usually get the IT teams leaning in and really engaged in asking questions. So we would love for any opportunity to showcase Xcitium to you and your clients when the opportunity comes up.